chasing mysterious shadows. Years ago, a mansion abandoned and shrouded in mystery cast a sinister shadow over the town. Strange occurrences unfolded within its walls, deterring anyone from venturing near. Jessica, a young photographer intrigued by the enigma, decided to explore this haunted mansion, stepping in with her camera one night. The creaking door sent shivers through the town. With every step, Jessica felt like she was touching echoes of the past. In the mansion's grand hall, she encountered old portraits hanging on the walls. The faces in these portraits reflected moments of past residents' happiness, yet each face seemed frozen in a melancholic expression. On the second floor of the mansion, Jessica discovered an old music room. Sitting at the dusty piano, she felt a ghostly presence. Tables cluttered with cameras, and ancient sheet music seemed frozen in time. The melody of an old song played in the music room resonated in Jessica's ears. The third floor, housing the bedrooms, revealed ghosts draped in old garments and rooms filled with photo albums, faded letters, and memories of love. Jessica confronted shadows chasing the echoes of the past. With each step, Jessica's presence seemed to intensify strange occurrences within the mansion. Midnight brought forth the apparition of a ghostly family standing before an old family photograph. These spirits began recounting a tragic love story that had unfolded in the past. In a dark room filled with cameras, antique clocks, and portraits of spirits, Jessica started documenting her own memories alongside those of the haunted past. However, every photograph she took seemed to strengthen an ancient curse lingering in the mansion. As the night advanced, Jessica discovered a mysterious door within the mansion. Opening it unleashed the shadows of the ancient ghost upon her. Caught between memories of the past and the uncertainty of the future, Jessica became lost in the dark chambers of the mansion. Whispers of forbidden love. As Jessica delved deeper into the mysteries of the haunted mansion, each photograph she captured seemed to intensify the ethereal occurrences within its walls. The grand tale of the mansion's past unraveled before her, entwining with her own journey through the labyrinth of shadows. One evening, while exploring the mansion's library, Jessica stumbled upon an old diary hidden behind dusty books. The brittle pages whispered the secrets of Eleanor, a young woman who had once called the mansion home. Eleanor's love story, etched in ink, revealed a forbidden romance that had cast a dark spell on the mansion. Eleanor, a member of the mansion's former residents, had fallen deeply in love with William, a servant whose social standing forbade their union. Their clandestine meetings within the hidden corners of the mansion spoke of stolen glances, passionate embraces, and whispered promises. However, when their secret affair was exposed, the consequences were dire. The master of the mansion, a man of wealth and influence, banished William from the estate, severing the ties between the two lovers. Eleanor, trapped in a loveless marriage orchestrated by the master, bore the weight of her forbidden love. The echoes of their shattered dreams resonated through the mansion, becoming an inescapable part of its haunted legacy. As Jessica read through Eleanor's tale, the paranormal activities within the mansion intensify. Shadows transformed into more tangible entities, and the very air seemed to pulsate with a supernatural energy. Jessica felt a growing connection to the spirits, as if the tragic love story had imbued the mansion with an emotional resonance. One stormy night in the attic, Jessica made a startling discovery: a secret room adorned with symbols and artifacts hinting at occult practices. It became evident that someone, perhaps a desperate soul seeking redemption, had attempted to communicate with the other side. As the clock struck midnight, the mansion came alive with ghostly apparitions. The spectral figures of Eleanor and William appeared, their faces etched with regret and longing. The haunting melody that had once carried the weight of sorrow transformed into an ethereal symphony that echoed through the entire mansion, driven by a desire to unravel the mysteries and free the trapped spirits. Jessica decided to explore the secrets hidden within the occult room. The symbols hinted at a ritual, a chance to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. Little did Jessica know that venturing into the occult secrets of the mansion would lead to unforeseen consequences. The shadows, once mere observers, began to manifest in a more ominous form, threatening to consume not only the spirits of the past, but also the living presence of Jessica. As the second part of this haunting tale unfolds, the line between reality and the supernatural blurs, and the whispers of forbidden love become louder, drowning the mansion and its secrets in an unrelenting symphony of despair. Will Jessica find a way to break the curse, or will the mansion's tragic past continue to cast its shadow over the living and the dead? Harmony of liberation. As Jessica delved deeper into the occult secrets of the mansion, the supernatural energies intensify, casting an ominous pall over the entire estate. The whispers of forbidden love and the echoes of the past became a cacophony of despair, and Jessica found herself caught in the crossfire of a spectral battle. The once harmless shadows transformed into ominous entities, converging upon Jessica with a malevolent intent. The occult room, once a haven for secrets, now seemed like a portal to a darker realm. Undeterred, Jessica pressed on, determined to unravel the mysteries that bound the mansion and its tormented spirits. Guided by the symbols in the hidden room, Jessica performed the ritual that was meant to bridge the gap between the living and the dead. The mansion quivered with an otherworldly energy, and the clock struck midnight, signaling the convergence of realms. Eleanor and William's spectral figures manifested once again, but this time they were not alone. The mansion's master, the orchestrator of the tragic love story, stood beside them with a visage of remorse. The symphony of despair transformed into a hauntingly beautiful melody, carrying the weight of centuries-old regrets. Realizing that forgiveness was the key to breaking the curse, Jessica extended a hand of understanding toward the tormented spirits. As the ritual reached its zenith, an ethereal light enveloped the entire mansion. The spirits, caught in a timeless purgatory, found solace in the embrace of the radiant energy. Slowly, the spirits ascended, their forms dissipating into the cosmic tapestry. The once haunted mansion stood silent and majestic, free from the shackles of its tragic past. The shadows that had once threatened to consume Jessica retreated, leaving behind a newfound serenity. The townsfolk, who had long avoided the mansion, witnessed its transformation with awe. The tale of the haunted mansion transformed from a narrative of fear into a saga of redemption and the power of forgiveness. As the first light of dawn broke, Jessica stepped out into the crisp morning air. The mansion, now a beacon of liberation, stood as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The one-strapped souls had found peace, and the living had learned that even the darkest echoes of the past could be transformed into a harmonious melody of hope. The townsfolk, now unafraid, looked upon the mansion with newfound respect. Jessica, having played the role of mediator between the living and the dead, walked away from the mansion, her heart filled with a profound sense of accomplishment. The legend of the haunted mansion became a tale of triumph over darkness, a story of how love, forgiveness, and understanding could harmonize even the most dissonant notes of the past. And so, the mansion, once a symbol of fear, became a beacon of hope and redemption for generations to come.